Hey everybody, hope y'all having a good week, had a good weekend. So I posted something in the group earlier, I think it was yesterday. So good news is we've broken out of here. We're above the 3-day 50 moving average. And what I was looking at is that this could be a left shoulder here, this could be a head, and this could be, there could be another right shoulder that lasts till April. And the reason why I'm thinking we could be doing this, and it would be a higher probability, in my opinion, that we'd come back down and retest this trend line again. So maybe doing like something like this, come in here, and then we make a right shoulder, and then we come back down to retest some area down here. Now it could be 18.7, or it could even be all the way back to 1700. But as long as we stay out of this pattern, it's fine. Now there is an alternate scenario that could happen. We could actually have a right shoulder here, and a lot of people are thinking that we're going to be going down, and we just pop straight up. So those are two specific scenarios. I think the downward side is more valid, just because if I'm looking at like all the indicators here, we're overbought, we're pointing down, and we're getting close to passing through the zero line here, but we're not there yet. And I think it's just more likely. We've also crossed to the downside on the MACD, so there's a lot more momentum to the downside currently. And then all these things need to kind of reset themselves. Good thing is here we've got some divergence currently, which would mean that we could pop back up for a little while and then do that right shoulder. So prices would come back up to about 34,000 or so, possibly. But I'm also just speculating on the inverse head and shoulders here, or the actual head and shoulders. But again, we have a golden cross here, so there's a lot of my screen just went out. I don't know if y'all saw that, but so we've got the golden cross, and then we've broken out of the pattern. We've created completed Dow theory here, I believe, because we broke past this high over here, just barely. I mean, literally just like by a few dollars. However, we do have this spike up here. Let's zoom into that a little bit. Yeah, so if you look here, this one's a little bit higher than this one over here, just by an inch, pretty much. So I believe that did complete Dow theory. So anything down here, if we get that opportunity, is a buy for me. So next wave should be 3. We'll have to see how big 3 gets. But I think this is going to last. I mean, I think the bull cycles normally last from bottom to top. Let's see how many weeks. So from the very bottom to top, let's just do the first top, about 124 weeks. So about pretty close to 2 years. So bottom to top would be December 2024. And then this was actually bottom to top. The second top was 152. So we'll kind of look at that whenever it's getting closer to the end. on timing and everything like that. So we've got about 2 years before everything kind of goes wild. Before it's time to really pull off any profits. And when it comes to altcoins, or let's actually look at let's see, how did this week close? Nothing special with the weekly close, by the way. I didn't even say anything about that, but I want to look at the MACD back at this point. Yeah, so we could be doing something like this and then retesting the low. Could be coming around to retest this low and then take off. So like what happened next after this was just a really, really big move that went all the way up to this last support. So that's what we could do. Really, really big move back up to about 30,000 and then go sideways for a little while. So let's wait and see. See if the 2 weeks do anything. Nothing on the 2 week. Okay, that's it for that. For Bitcoin. Oh, let's actually look at one indicator on Bitcoin here. MVT is still red. So there's still, there's still a chance that this does pop back up here. So let's see if this, let's see. HBAR, we'll take a look at that. Some of the altcoins are probably going to do the same thing. So HBAR is coming back down to retest this trend line. Yeah, a lot of these are just starting to kind of curve to the downside. So, and this did pass through here. So I would expect this to hold, but if BTC drops, this could capitulate too. Or it could bounce here and then capitulate down here. Might not even do that, but let's see how it holds this trend line. I think HBAR anywhere where we're at now, 60 cents. Like we've made a higher high right here than over here. So we've completed Dow theory. So now this should not break this low unless BTC does something crazy. It could for a split second or a couple days. But buying on support. So this is support where we're at right now. Major support there. And then we've got major support around 5 cents down here. And that's pretty much the same with any other coin. If I look at anything, I'm sure it's all kind of doing the same thing. We could look at Gala real quick and see what that's doing. I think I pointed this out the other day that this looks like it's a bull flag. I don't really like that. Looks pretty ugly. But on a weekly chart, this looks pretty good here for a bull flag. And this can come, if this stays in this pattern, it can come, all the way down here in the next couple of weeks. I'll be back. I'm just going through the garage. And then wherever that breaks out, that would be your next target for price. I don't really like, it looks good on a weekly, but on like a 3-day, it looks pretty bad. And then daily kind of looks kind of bad for a bull flag. But either way, I wouldn't expect this to be broken. I think Gala's going to do really, really well. You've got a low volume pullback here, which is really nice to see. So a breakout of this trend line would probably be a positive sign for Gala. I think Gala's going to be a pretty good one. And then we can look at THETA. This is the last one to look at, though. There's just not a whole bunch going on in the charts. Probably not going to be until BTC makes a decision here. This is broken out here. Could it come back down to retest? Yes. But THETA looks okay. It didn't make a new high just yet, but it still could just be lagging a little bit. So maybe it does actually pop up here to about 60 cents. If not, I think THETA is still, a good buy. If you look at this really tight volume, there's very little sellers here. I would have liked to see more green volume come in, but that has not happened yet. Something like over here would be nice. And then THETA is at like $1. I think that's a good price for THETA too. We'll look at THETA real quick. So THETA is still getting rejected here, so we might still have some consolidation to do. T-Fuel, take a look at that real quick. T-Fuel still in the box here. This might revisit the bottom of this box, and then, but it's still accumulation range. And then ICP. So if that was 1, then we would start 3 wherever this is going to go. So if BTC top there, I would expect these to pull back down here, and then 2 can come all the way back down to double bottom. So we'll go with that. We'll just keep it out here. Okay, guys, so that's pretty much all I have. This is the very early stages. There's a lot of things that can happen in the very bottom of a market. There can be capitulation events, disbelief rallies. But I think if we have a big drop here in the next couple of days, I think that would be a buying opportunity. And if it doesn't happen, good. We'll just keep going up and ride it up. So that's my plan. I do hopefully I can buy some crypto here, and I've got money on the side just in case that we do get that drop. If we don't get it, I'm just going to ride things up. Maybe purchase something past 25,000 if it gets up there. Um, but in a couple of years, these prices definitely won't matter. So they should be pretty cheap. All right, guys, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I'll put the Zoom meeting up there as well.